For the best and most up-to-date news coverage of politics, finance, and religion, go somewhere else.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, Henny.
With your hosts, Shannon,
I mean, you want a beautifully painted stool for your balls. I mean,
Sally, and
I'm over, y'all know I watch a lot of the TikTok these days. I'm over people whining about their childhood trauma.
Andy.
But
Before you even go
no.
in the house, Shannon fixes us these 32-ounce roadies to go.
Featuring Shiloh
I'm not menopausal, but I'm hot all the time. So
and Eva.
Rick turned to me and said, if this movie continues like this, we are walking out. He goes, I can't be doing this traffic shit.
Hi,
Ella
guys.
was the first one to come up there. Wow, after that intro.
How y'all doing?
How you doing?
I'm good.
Are you? I'm all right.
Is it going to rain or is it not going to rain? It looks like it's going to rain all day.
All day. All day. It seemed like that. I think it sprinkled up here a little while ago, but
Mm.
No,
Both
it's
times
clear.
I went out for a walk. I went back here and got my umbrella just in case.
You what?
Both times I went out for a walk, I went back in and got my umbrella just in case.
Went out for a walk. Where did you walk to?
Cause I didn't walk anywhere.
round up.
round up.
When you went out for a roll, you mean? What?
Miss Keller.
I thought you were rolling around the neighborhood, maybe.
No, I can't roll around the neighborhood
Why?
because I don't have power anymore.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Did you find a replacement though?
I found one for it's like $1,200 or $1,300, and they're originally about $3,000.
Okay.
For the battery?
No,
No,
I
the
need
whole
I need
chair.
a whole chair.
So the free chair you were given.
Yeah.
You took it back.
He sold it on Marketplace.
Yeah. The woman who loaned it to me or gave it to me took it back.
Did her husband come back to life?
No, she gave it to her son who needed it for his partner. I don't know the story. I don't want to know the story. I don't give a shit.
Can we
I
can we still use the term Indian giver? Is that still allowed?
I just gave it back.
Ask
think
Eva if
so.
we can use that because that's
I just
No.
I gave the chair back because it's the right thing to do.
the right thing to do is if you gift something to someone, it is their gift.
Yeah.
The right thing to do is block their number.
So I've been looking for one.
Well, I guess the positive part of this, we'll go with the positive spin, is that Andy's found one that's not too terribly unreasonable. And he also realizes the benefits of having one.
And it folds flat.
The other one did not, right?
No.
Okay. See?
Did you offer them sexual favors to get the price to go down?
What?
SAP's selling her feet, so maybe she can throw in a couple pictures.
Well, I also got some good squirrel porn today. So,
Send me that link.
my friends and I have decided that, there are freaks out there that are interested in anything. And there were some squirrels on the roof next door that I think one was, I think there was some non-consensual activities going on.
Oh,
And
Non-consensual?
with the squirrels,
was
yeah.
one spaced down in the roof?
Oh,
In the
wow.
roof?
Huh?
Was one spaced down in the roof? In the roof?
And the roof?
In the roof, yeah.
Well, one was running and the other one would chase it and jump on it from behind. And
Oh,
yeah. So the squirrel porn's going to go with my feet pictures.
hang on, I'm gonna Google something real quick. I'll be right back.
You got to Google
Don't
that.
share
real
your
quick.
screen. Whatever you're Googling, don't share your screen, please.
So how was everybody's weekend?
It was good.
Yeah?
Decent.
Yeah. What'd you do? Anything fun?
Saturday night we went and saw Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
How is that?
So funny. So
Yeah.
good. Brandon had extra tickets and his I don't know, they got a suite, so it was like his boss was there, a couple other
Nice.
Where
Yeah.
were they?
I don't know what it's called now, out in Grand Prairie.
It's been everything at some point. It's been a million different names.
Is it
it seems.
Verizon Wireless now or
No, it's like
Texas Credit Union?
yeah, maybe it's
Okay.
yeah. Anyway, that place.
It'll always be Nokia.
Nokia, that's what it was. Okay.
Nokia.
So they were good. And it was funny because the show started at 6 o'clock, but they made a joke about like, hey,
Old people
our age,
time.
yeah, at our age, we like to get this done early so we can be back in bed by 9:30.
Love it.
Yeah. So it was really good. They do like they talked about how they met and because they were together in Chicago, and they kind of grew up together and worked
Yeah.
there, so they did a bunch of that. And then they did like a weekend update skit, and then they did questions from the audience and most of it seemed improv. So that was, I mean, they were really, really good. So if you're out there and you can see it, I would recommend go seeing it. Lots of laughs. Yes.
How long are they up there?
They were done by they had an opening comic. She's this Indian woman. Yes, I can say Indian because she's from India. I forget what her name is, but you've probably seen her before on social media. She's really funny. She's like a little larger lady, and so I don't remember what her name is.
When
the
you
one
say
that's like,
larger,
hello-
are you doing
Is she the
this?
one that's like, hello, my friends, and does like, there's an Indian lady, she's always putting on like lip balm. She's like, hello, my friends. And
Oh, I don't know if it's that one.
it's funny.
Indian, do you mean
Oh,
From the country.
oh, even the look on his face.
No, it's
My
tech
From
support.
God.
From the country, yes. So, but
I
she
think I
was
should
only up
start-
there. She was only up there like 20 minutes. So again, we were home from
Yeah.
Grand Prairie by like
I
9.
mean, I feel like 20 minutes for a comic, that's
Isn't
an
that-
average set,
Oh.
right?
I
We're
I'm
get
gonna do
some-
pop culture
Right.
monthly. I think I'm gonna slowly decrease my time for my own
Transition yourself
protection.
away from this slowly, right?
They're
I'm
coming
sitting
after
here-
the white people on this chat. Eva, you're fine. You're our
I'm
diversity.
sitting here thinking.
Eva, look what I've got though. What I'm eating. Starburst.
What?
The
jelly beans.
Starburst jelly
Oh
bean.
yes,
These are
see, those
the
were so 2 years ago. It's
but
now
these are
the
the watermelon, cherry, and strawberry flavor, the red color.
oh, so they're all the reds, all the reds.
I feel like
I-
if we had actual sponsors, somebody would get a message that like Andy's becoming a little problematic.
A little.
If they've listened to one episode, they know what they're getting into.
I'm gonna edit that out.
I know.
So what else did everybody else do this weekend?
I had a very low key weekend.
I did too.
Yeah. I did some
I-
house cleaning Saturday. I know.
I did chores on Saturday and taking care within social distancing of my husband because he has COVID.
Oh no.
He tested positive for COVID on Wednesday.
Uh,
So he has been relegated to the spare room and he only comes out when I leave.
Did somebody give it to him on Easter?
We do not know. Everybody seemed fine.
And
Yeah.
you don't kiss him on the mouth too, so that's why you didn't get it.
After no, I had been, before
He just
bed
uses his
and
wallet.
before bed, and I'm very surprised that I did. I've been testing every couple days. Although today I will say I kind of have a little,
You sound a little,
yeah,
yeah.
I've been a little. I woke up with a sinus pressure, so I'm hoping I don't get it because we're supposed to go see his mom this weekend. So,
Oh,
That's
which
how
would be
mine-
fitting because I'd be positive and he'd be negative, and then he's like,
well, that's how mine started. I woke up with that pressure on Saturday after Friday.
yeah, yeah.
So somebody I was around Friday gave it to me. I don't know who.
wasn't me.
Wasn't me yet.
I wasn't patient zero this time.
I
But-
think-
But
I
anyways,
had a- yeah.
he's
Go
got
ahead.
it's mild symptoms. I mean, he's
Okay,
not.
good.
He's just really tired. So,
Who's not on?
which could not come at the worst time because he's super busy at work, and so he's working in like spurts.
But he's still making
So-
you money, right? So he's good.
I
Well-
hope so. I don't know what he does all day. The only time that I get an update, or he's like, "I need to nap. I need to nap. I need to nap."
Brandon's not on here. I blame Brandon.
Brandon was sneezing and coughing on Friday.
That bitch.
Yeah, but it's allergy season too. I mean,
And that's how a lot of people who have gotten it, or I know a couple people that have had it. It started off as a sinus infection, like just the symptoms of a sinus infection, and then all of a sudden it just migrates and becomes COVID. So I think that this new strain or this current strain is masking itself that way. So,
okay.
All
but
right.
anyways, he's doing well.
Well, what's everybody's
Thoughts and prayers.
today?
Well, I didn't, and then I was saying I didn't do anything, and then I worked retail yesterday, which I'm not sure what happened to everybody, but everybody was shopping and trying on clothes. I was over it, absolutely over it.
Were they nice?
And most of them were. They were just making a mess, and there was a woman in there with her two daughters, and I wanted to be like, no. Y'all are not trying anything else on. You've tried on everything. Do not come out of that thing and walk around the store, make another lap around the store. We're not doing
anything.
Maybe, I don't know.
I have a question.
Yeah,
I've never worked retail before.
yeah.
Is it proper etiquette to when you try something on in the dressing room to return it back to the rack that you got it from, or is it proper etiquette to leave it there for y'all to do?
Most places have a rack back in the fitting room section, and they just prefer you to put it on that rack rather than
Okay, and then they re-rack it.
Yeah, put it on the floor because
What if you pooped yourself before you tried on a new pair of pants? Do you re-rack that or do you put it back on the floor?
I bought those, by the way.
Probably happened.
Oh, it did. It happened to me.
Okay.
That's why he said everything with Shiloh comes at somebody's personal experience.
Right.
He has no
I would
original
never do
material.
that.
He has no original material. It's all somebody else's. He piggybacks on everything else.
So yeah, we would prefer that they buy the pair that they try to post.
Okay.
So yeah, but no, just if there's a rack in the back, if you'll just re-rack, or if it was something that was folded, if you leave it fold, it's just the people like these are grown-ups. You go into a fitting room and stuff's on the floor, inside out. There are hangers on the floor, and I'm like, were you raised in a barn? Like, I mean, I don't want to buy this after it's been on the floor and somebody stepped on it,
Eva, when you got lost, what have you been doing?
Oh no, I'm just saying in any retail store.
SAP, what if you tried on a dress and it was a little too tight when you got it on and you may have ripped it getting it off?
That's
you just put that on the floor?
That's happened to everybody at some point, I think.
Oh, I've heard some rips.
We find stuff, but people are in size denial too. That's another problem.
Well, some of us are trying on women's clothes and they don't know what size to get.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Shannon's worked retail. He knows these things.
Yeah.
People are slobs. People don't care. They
See, I'm more of the care. Like if I'm not gonna buy it, obviously I take it with me if I'm buying it. But if I don't buy it, then I like to put it back where I found it.
Yeah, and
which is usually in the right spot.
Yeah, and that's fine too if you put it back. If you put it back. But if not, there's, like I said, there's usually a rack near the fitting room, so you just put it there, and the people that work there are always very appreciative of that.
Yeah, that was actually I used to do that prior to 2 years ago when I got my personal shopper. So now he just does it for me.
Remember when I worked in the fitting rooms?
I love how he had to fit that in. He has a personal shopper.
All those questions just for that.
And I worked the fitting rooms. I saw a lot more of people's body parts than I ever cared to
see.
I'd be like, you are not at home. Let's get dressed before you step out of that.
Is that how you knew you were gay in the fitting room?
Well, don't get me wrong. There were several men in there were like, can you check this inseam? No, sir, I can't.
No. I'll tell you something that bothers me a little bit is, we have like a bench back in the fitting room area. So y'all, men can go back there.
Yeah.
It bothers me when men go into the fitting room with their wife or girlfriend. I don't know why. It just, I'm like, you don't need to go in there.
We know why they're going in there.
I know why. And there's certain people that go in there, and I'm not gonna. I can text y'all that, but.
Do you have access? Are there cameras in the fitting rooms? Do you have access to those video feeds? Okay.
No, that's consent. Ding dong.
No, but enough of the retail. Okay.
So, what are we celebrating this week, SAP?
So interesting enough, and I feel like y'all will all appreciate this because y'all like today's National Superhero Day.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Oh, Shiloh sit up. So who are y'all? I mean, I know y'all are into the Marvel and all that
We
other.
just talked about this over the weekend, remember?
Really? Who are your
Yeah, we had this
favorites?
discussion.
I think Shannon's is the Green Lantern. I mean, he has a
Yeah.
tramp stamp of that.
No, no, ankle stamp.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Who's
Um,
it?
my favorite one is Rogue from X-Men. 'Cause she's got a southern, she's from Mississippi, she's got a southern accent, and she can
I've never
fly.
heard.
And she steals your powers. That's
And
right.
she's
I
still,
thought
and she's like a
Oh
succubus. She
yeah.
sucks your powers up
I thought she'd be more of a
in her
storm.
hair, she's got red hair with a white streak in
with a
it.
white streak. Yes.
It looks
She's
like
a
one
little
of
bit
your
of a
wigs.
badass.
Mhm.
What's her
I
name?
think she's from Laurel.
Rogue.
Rogue.
Rogue. I don't
Yeah,
know her.
Yeah.
She was in the movies, the
The X-Men
early
movies.
movies. She was Anna Paquin from
Oh, okay.
Sookie.
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 Shallow, are you a superhero person?
I am. So like traditional, I would say Superman, but like just open to everything, I'd say Wolverine.
Mm.
Okay. I don't know any, so I can't participate.
Well, Wolverine if it's Hugh Jackman.
Well, Hugh Jackman. Yeah.
That's the only one we've
Or
had, remember, right?
Superman if it's what Henry Cavill. So
Oh,
Like I would
I-
probably just want to be Wonder Woman. I mean, come on.
uh,
Yeah.
That
well, you could
outfit,
have a long conversation with
spinning
somebody about
around.
Wonder Woman, but they're no longer on this podcast.
We can't mention. Can we mention that person?
We
Don't
could mention
show
the
a
Did we
people
show
who
that
had better
picture?
outfits than she did as Wonder Woman.
No, don't show a picture for God's sake.
Well, I was looking for a screenshot I saved somewhere when I said that about Shanna's tramp stamp. I read something recently that tramp stamps are coming back.
Yes, they're making a resurgence.
So,
Some might even
Ooh.
say they're making a comeback.
but
Right.
Caldecott County, Mississippi. Is that real?
where?
Caldecott County,
Caldecott?
Mississippi.
Never heard of it.
I don't know.
Never-
Texture
It's probably
quarantine,
fictional.
maybe.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what it
probably
is.
fictional. I haven't heard of it, but that, I mean, might not be, but
It's
okay.
a fictional. Yeah.
What about you,
Oh,
Andy?
so I'm up still. So also today is National Blueberry Pie Day. What's your favorite
Ooh.
pie flavor?
Apple.
Apple?
Apple.
Apple?
Chocolate.
Me too. Forget
Miss
that
Minnie?
fruit. Give me
I don't like the
chocolate.
fruit. No.
Miss
no,
Minnie?
No.
Miss Minnie's chocolate pie?
Chocolate pie. No fruit.
No, my sister's chocolate pie. I will
Or
tell
key lime
y'all.
pey. I like a key
Oh,
lime.
key lime. Okay,
Oh,
that's
key
a
lime's
good
good,
one.
but I
Key
will
lime.
tell y'all, my sister has perfected the chocolate pie.
Oh, she's gonna need to send us one then.
She
How many
ain't,
I like
camouflage pictures to get a pie?
she ain't playing with the chocolate
I'll
pie.
trade.
I like a key lime or a lemon meringue is good too.
Oh,
Yeah,
lemon
I like
meringue.
lemon. I like both of those. Let's see. I think it's really
Andy, what kind of pie do you like from the South?
Sweet tater.
sweet tater pie. I don't think I've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had sweet
Isn't that
potato.
like a pumpkin pie?
Like a yam pie.
A yam is a yam. A sweet potato is a sweet potato. Very similar. I
Mhm.
don't know. Also, what else is going on? We've got the Kentucky Derby this weekend, first Saturday in May.
Oh,
I found this interesting. There were, y'all guess the year in this, 3 test television sets were installed in homes in Schenectady. I can't say that word,
Schenectady.
New York, by inventor E.F.W. Alexanderson. 3 test television sets. What year do y'all think that was?
48.
46.
1932.
Andy?
42.
1928. Shiloh's the
wow.
winner there.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay.
People could have watched TV in 28. But yeah, I just looked at today and tomorrow as far as things going on. Like I said, are y'all gonna watch the Kentucky Derby? Do we have any horses we want to watch? Do you
No, but I will. Well, I'll probably watch it. But
like the outfits, right, Shannon?
yes, I have.
Yeah.
Well, I have those jockey outfits. But there is a show on Netflix called Race for the Crown, and it's about horse racing.
Oh, is this one of those sports?
Yes.
sports things you're
Again,
into?
again, I'm not straight baiting. I actually watch it, and it's really good. I
Okay.
think and it's only like four, maybe 5, 6 episodes, so it's a short one.
I love ones
But
like
it's all
that.
about following these horses and trainers and owners and jockeys through the Triple Crown. So it's really good. So if you,
It's big business.
yeah, lots of money.
Ooh, I love that
Lots of
movie.
money. Lots of money.
Risky business.
Are you going out to the track, Sally Ann, to watch it?
Yeah, we're going to. It's going to be different this year, I think,
Yeah.
because
PH.
he's the one that organizes it, and so he's not going to go, but we had already gotten the tickets. I think Steve's going. He sent a text, but like last year I got a little fascinator and all that, but this year not so much. But
Not so
I'll go
much?
out there. It's fun. I'll put dollar bets on some stuff,
Yeah.
and
I hope it
it's a-
doesn't rain. Ooh.
is it going to rain?
Because they have horse races out there this weekend, right? And it just
Yeah, so they
Watch it.
have their horse races all day leading
Okay.
up to the Derby, and then
then do they stop and then you watch
they broadcast the Derby,
Oh, okay. Okay.
and then they have some more races out there. But it's a fun day. I mean, you can get mint juleps, and then there are people that dress up, and then there are people that just are there in their NASCAR t-shirt and jorts. So but it's a fun day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good rain Wednesday, Friday, and then not till next Tuesday.
What's he talking about?
What?
Racing?
Rain.
A rain race. And then next so that's Monday is Cinco de Mayo. So where Americans like to really drink margaritas.
They're
and
honoring the
Dos
Mexican
Equis.
heritage that Mexico doesn't even celebrate.
Yeah,
No.
it's
It's a made-up holiday.
Americans, it's an American holiday for sure. So
Oh, great.
You just want your
It's-
dollar
But
margaritas.
the holiday is the 5th of May. That's what it translates to. So it's really special.
yes. Yeah. So that's what's going on. Oh, speaking of, it's almost May. Somebody has a birthday coming up in May.
On Mother's Day.
Oh,
I was born on Mother's Day 56 years ago. So
were you born on Mother's Day?
I was
Okay.
on Mother's Day.
Yay.
The greatest gift a mother could get.
Oh, Lord. You never
Till
let
that-
Pam
So
forget
that baby
that,
born
do
in
you?
September.
That's why I'm the favorite. Shut up, Shiloh. I'm the favorite now this week.
He was you
No, they
had
made up.
favorite status
Yeah,
for 13, 14 years?
Always. Yes, 13 years I was favorite. And then
13 years, and then
all that happened.
yeah,
So,
and then 2 more.
It's not too late to drown
Back
the
to
youngest
back.
one.
till the shit show started. That's what I was.
Literal, right? Did you have to change your baby brother's diapers and stuff
Yes.
to help out?
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Yeah, but they didn't really have me babysit much because I was, 13 with the youngest one and then 15 with the second one, and they were a terror to handle. So they always hired some other
they
babysitter.
paid somebody. They're like,
That was
"We don't
good.
really trust Shannon that
Yeah,
much."
no, they did not trust me at all with 2 little kids. No, not at all. No, I escaped most of that.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So that's what we're celebrating. That's all we got. I think. Yep.
Andy, what's on your calendar?
Let me see. Let me see. Well, what was that? I don't know who it is. Well, today is my friend Pam White McDonald's birthday. Y'all don't know her. Tomorrow is Andros's birthday, Shannon,
Okay.
and Dustin Abercrombie. And y'all know Gretchen Tiller Divas from church. It's her birthday too. Wednesday, Brian B.K. Kirk's birthday. Y'all all know him. On Thursday, May the 1st, Sally Ann, you and Shannon are chip free. Don't you?
We're what free?
Chip free?
Free.
Metasolve?
He worked at Metasolve.
Hmm.
Oh, chip free. I thought you were saying You are chip. I was like, free
No.
of what kind of chip? I don't know.
Chip
Yes,
free.
Chip Free's birthday. Yes.
Yes. And then
I don't remember Chip Free, should I?
it's Tom Robertson. Y'all don't know him, a fraternity brother of mine, and Kelly Wilkins' birthday. Y'all know her either. And then tomorrow night, if I feel well enough, I'm going to go see Michael Feinstein. Y'all don't know him and y'all don't care about him, and that's fine. But he's got a concert at the Winspear. I was introduced to this band in 1986, and I wanted to see him for 40 years.
Nice.
And tomorrow I'm going to get to see him, I hope.
What's he sing? What's he do?
You would know him, you would have heard anything he's ever sung.
Is he a Broadway
Are
actor?
you sure he's a singer?
Look him up if you want to.
I
If
feel like
you-
we're playing 20 questions
Yeah,
here.
like,
So, yeah.
look him up if you really
I'm
want
looking him up now.
but
So
you would have never heard of him or heard him sing.
he looks
What
like
was his name?
He looks like a homosexual. Is he a
Michael
homosexual?
Feinstein. He is. But
total.
he just he can play the piano like nobody's business.
Wow, okay.
Okay.
I just love him, and I'm fun.
Oh, he was a buddy. He was Gershwin's buddy.
This is my chance to get to see him.
So those of us who often go to productions with you, thank you for not inviting us to stuff that we couldn't give a shit about. So thank you, Candy, for not. We appreciate you.
No problem.
Is there an intermission?
No,
No.
it's a concert.
Oh. I'm just kidding. You know how we like no intermissions.
I'm a fan in that 90-minute show. So
Are you gonna wear a tux to the show tomorrow night?
No,
No,
tux.
I don't know. It looks fancy if he's playing the piano and he's,
it seems kind of like a fancy-ish
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah.
Nope, he makes you feel fancy.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. All right. Anything else, Andy, on your calendar?
Nope.
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 All right. What's next?
All right. What are we over today?
Are we doing over? I'll go first. We
Go ahead.
may have talked about this before. I'm over people who tend to lack spatial awareness wherever they are. They're not aware that anybody else is there, nor do they care, Good examples are Costco, they'll just stand in the middle of an aisle and have a conversation with somebody while you're trying to get around them.
Oh, it's so annoying.
Yeah. So, and then like at the gym the other day, I go to this class at the gym. It's a barbell class. So over on the side, you get your bar, your plates are there. And then you take them to your little your station, and you put your clips on and stuff. And after class, usually what people do are take the clips off, take the plates over there, take the weights. No, there's some guy standing there right in front, blocking everything, taking his barbell apart, talking to somebody else while everybody's standing around him with, 30 plus pounds of weights in their hands, like trying to put them up. He has no clue.
Was he filming while he was doing that, right?
No, he wasn't filming.
Everything that
Yeah.
noise you or filming.
That was my over a few weeks ago, I think. The filming.
Okay.
And when you're driving in the parking lots or something and people walk right in front,
They have no idea.
They don't go to the sidewalk
Yeah.
or wherever they need to go, and you're like creeping behind them.
Yes. And they're
just
usually looking down at their phone, right?
Yeah, and they just don't give a care in the world. They're just gonna walk right in the middle of the
Yep.
parking lot.
Right. Andy, what are you over?
I am over places that I go and have patronized that don't have a bathroom I can use. So much so that
Let's make a list.
I've decided to not patronize them anymore. I'll go to them, but I won't buy anything or order anything from them. That includes the Roundup. That includes
Oh my.
Oh,
Why am I going to buy drinks when I can't pee there?
And you can't go to the bathroom there. I agree.
Because that's a vicious
Well,
cycle, right? You're bringing
But
it
I
in,
have
it's
to
got to
go
go out.
across the street to pee.
Have you tried using the women's?
Have
They
you
have
been
a
in the
big.
women's there? It's
They have a
tiny.
I
no.
don't want to. I appreciate that, but I don't want to use the women's. I want.
Well, it's really not a women's. I mean, they're
I
basically
know. And I
Brandon uses.
understand that. I understand
The
that.
women's bathroom at the Roundup is tiny. Like one of them, I
But
don't
there's
even,
that big stall that there's the big stall when you walk in on the
but you
right.
got to
Yeah, but
get
Brandon's
around
usually
the
in that one.
corner.
Nope.
Yeah.
I think, you know what I think? I think we need to, maybe I'll mess, there's the local news, local Fox News, Steve Noviello. Do y'all know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. He used
He's
to be
kind of like
cute.
one of those on your side type reporters and
He's
stuff.
that Enrique Mas from Golden Girls, the consumer reporter.
Yeah, and
Gay boss.
he's also a gay man, so he's probably
Yes.
down at those places sometime. Maybe I'll message him and put him on it.
Yeah.
Be like,
I'll
hey,
go. I'll go to the Roundup. I'm just not drinking there.
I mean, we know the people that own the Roundup.
Yep.
It's more of a yeah.
but
It
if a
was
news
what
person starts calling him out,
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to be a martyr. It's just I would
I
feel
mean,
bad.
I love Andy, but I love that sponsorship check too. That's all I'm trying to say.
Not my problem. Not my problem.
Well,
That's
that's
Roundup.
understandable.
That includes Stoney P. That includes Woody's.
wow.
I'll go there. I'm just not paying for anything there.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. Shiloh, what are you over?
I am over, and it's not even really election season. I'm over political text messages. I'm getting them from the
Again.
mayoral
Everywhere.
candidates in Richardson.
Oh my God.
And who the fuck are these people? Like,
And how did
I'm
they
over
get your
it.
number?
Oh, they're buying it, right? I mean, they're basically doing the database of the voter registry. That it's just it's out of control. And literally, if anyone, I think we talk about this every election season, but this is not even election season. If anybody ran on this as a platform, it doesn't matter what else you're doing, you'd get elected. Like it's ridiculous, and there's no way to get off of it. Like you can reply stop, you're gonna just get
It
another
doesn't
one from
matter.
something else. It's just and like
Yeah.
these aren't even like because during the actual in the election season in November, you'll get the ones that are not real. They're spam. So if you click on the link or whatever, they're gonna donate, take your money. It's a scam. These aren't even the scam ones. This is like legit ones. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't want anything from you guys. Like I'll vote against you if you send me a text message.
I'm getting, I'm getting for the, Plano City Council. I'm getting text
City
for
council
Plano,
seat 4
Plano's
bullshit. Yeah.
City Council. You spamming my phone.
Mhm.
And don't they know the people that vote in local elections are like a billion years old and they don't know how to use the phone?
You get the ones that says, "Hey, are you interested in selling your house?" Like
I
get
do.
those too, and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah,
I get the
get
phone
those too.
calls for that,
Oh, you do?
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get those, but I also want to be like, yeah, for give me $1 million, you can have it.
well, I'm like, for the right price,
But
everything's for
the
sale,
people
right?
calling to buy your home, those are scams. That's not actual real people trying to buy your home.
Yeah.
Those are the scam ones too. Yeah.
You're turning 57, six. He wants to make sure that you know that because you're getting into that bracket where you
Really?
might fall for
SAP,
you might
I'm
fall
looking
for
out
that
for you guys. I'm
scam.
looking out for
Also,
everyone
when
here,
he
but Eva.
also when he said, people that vote in local elections are 1 million years old. I vote in local elections.
I said a billion,
So did
and I
Tim.
was looking right at you, SAP, when I said it.
I vote in local elections
I
because
voted
that's
too.
where it makes the most difference when you
Yep.
vote.
It
locally.
starts there.
All right. What are you over, Eva?
Oh my gosh. I've been noticing it a lot lately at work because I do a lot of walking at work. And I've noticed that I'm so over people not knowing how to walk. And by not knowing how to walk, shuffling their feet. Like they do not lift their feet up when they walk. And it's clank and clank and clank and clank and clank and clank. And I'm like, and I've now got my headphones on and they're usually on noise canceling, but I can still hear their damn shoes, their feet shuffling. And there's one girl in particular, I don't know her name and I don't want to know her name, that she walks, usually walking the hallway with me. And I'm like, must you, we need to come up with a schedule here. Do not walk with when I'm around. And it's so annoying. But also when we go to the mall, I've noticed a lot of people do it. Why? Is it so hard to lift your feet up when you walk, step by step? I mean,
I agree. I agree. I'm
So
there.
anyway, that's it. I'm over that. There's a lot of people that do it.
Do you notice if they're on their phone while they're dragging their feet, they're doing a little shuffle?
Right.
I mean, honestly, like I think they just they're not paying attention because they're on their phone.
Yeah.
No, this
Some
woman is
people
never
just
on her
don't
phone.
care, and some
Some
people
people don't care.
Yeah, especially if they've got on like flip flops and they're shuffling.
And here, shh,
Or
oh my God.
Birkenstocks.
But-
Like one of our friends is obsessed with Birkenstocks now. He
oh,
wears
girl, she showed us that new pair.
Who's obsessed with Birkenstocks?
Our
Roger.
lesbian friend
She-
Roger.
Lesbian friend Roger.
Oh,
Although we
have-
might need to ask her because her hair is getting longer and starting to get wavy. Maybe there's something she's not telling us.
I've never been a
Transitioning.
big Birkenstock person my whole life, but a couple of years ago they put out a new style that had this big gold buckle on it. And the big gold buckle was all it took for me to buy a pair of Birkenstocks. I'm like, sign me up.
I
more
stand
than
by
one.
my age comment about voting.
Did you buy more than one pair? Or
No, I bought one pair.
I think Roger says he has how many pairs? 6?
I don't a lot. I mean, they're the same. It's the same ones in different colors.
I have one pair and I feel pretty butch when I wear them. So
Yeah. Or his new nickname is Peppermint Patty. So
With Marcy
it's
hair.
too dark to be peppermint
Marcy hair.
patty.
Okay, here's what I'm over, and this is really stupid, but I am over convenience stores like 7-Eleven and Racetrack and just any convenience store that doesn't have iced tea. And I mean, like, you have fountain drinks and then
Like-
they're supposed to have iced tea. It's like a guessing game when I go and I'm like, oh, I wonder if they're going to have iced tea or not. Shouldn't they all have iced tea? I mean, shouldn't that be, if you're going to be a convenience store, why do I have to guess if you have iced tea?
Are you looking for like fresh brewed, or are you looking for like
Fresh, like
He's
fresh.
wanting fresh brewed. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because I don't want
none of that stuff in the cooler that
No, that doesn't taste right. And I don't want a soda, but I want one. And sometimes it's like, oh, it's too early. We haven't made it yet. Why? What? How hard is it to make
I
ice
know.
morning, right? So that's
You
what I
make coffee, go ahead and make the tea while you make
exactly.
coffee. It's like,
I can't be the only one that wants iced tea in the morning.
yeah, I agree.
think so.
Yes.
I'm
All
not a
right.
big iced tea.
Let's win.
Oh, I love iced tea, especially in the summer.
Oh.
I'm more of an ice cube guy. Oh.
But I'm fine.
All right. What are you obsessed with? SAP.
I have no obsessions this week that I can
No?
think of. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
Andy?
I can't think of anything on the TikTok. I'm just
I got nothing. Slow week. What?
I know.
It is.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
I am obsessed with the Dallas Titans.
Ah,
We have new
Look at
hats,
that
which
new hat.
The
also
new swag.
some of us got 2 hats. I'm not showing the other one because I don't make anybody jealous. And
I
it,
got
it fills in for my Dallas Stars hat.
It does.
color?
it works. It works.
I
I
mean,
mean,
Mavericks hat.
a couple. Well, we're not doing that.
Really?
Uh,
He's not a fan of
All
the
right,
hat?
you go.
We'll cover that in the sports
Sportsball.
ball section. And some of my gay friends told me this color green doesn't match any of our green on our jerseys, but I don't know what that is. But yeah, and
Green.
we'll go into a little deeper into sports ball. But we had some Titans on Titans on Titans action this weekend, and not sexual, and actual playing
That sounds
softball.
dirty. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's some thruples in there, but they're all in Hawaii. So this was just sports ball stuff. So yeah, obsessed with the Titans.
Eva, what are you obsessed with?
I'm upset. Okay, so I've throughout the years, I get a lot of stuff from Rick, and there's just these
Really?
little things that I find here and there that I've just put away. But I recently found this, and I've kind of been obsessing about it.
Let's see.
He got me this little painting from one of our art galleries it's just a tiny little one. Let's see if you could see. Let me turn off my
What?
virtual
Burn
thing.
out and bored?
For now.
Yeah.
Is that a picture of you?
With hair.
So
yeah.
so
In a wig.
And the hand.
it's yeah, and she's smoking a cigarette and she's just burnt out and bored. And that's how I've been feeling lately.
I kind of like it.
Do they
But I
have 6
love it.
fingers? I see 5 fingers and there's a thumb that's not you can't see.
Is
I think
that
that's her
two in the
thumb.
pink? Oh, wait.
Right. But look at that makeup. I mean, she was bored because that girl just did not know how to
Those look like your eyebrows, though.
I know, right? Sharpie. But I found this and I'm like, I'm just gonna put it by my bedside.
Yeah,
Just
I
to
like it.
remind it. Get this little, it's tiny.
But have you
Like
made a
Put it in
wig to
you
look
should
like
put it in
that
your,
yet?
I know I need to
take it
Like
do
to
a
that.
wig?
work.
Yeah.
Oh, I could take it to work.
Yeah.
No, but then they'll be like, "Are you bored, really?"
Yeah, well, and plus you don't want somebody to steal it.
I don't want to tell them to let them know that I'm not really doing
Yeah,
anything at work.
if you're watching TV at work.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. But yeah,
Okay.
I've
What
just kind of been obsessing with this.
I'm obsessed with, I'm the last one.
Mm.
And Eva turned me onto this one is podcasts, Murder on Songbird Road. So it's
I gotta
about
write that
this
down.
murder in Illinois. It's about this woman who allegedly killed her 9-year-old stepdaughter, like stabbed her to death. And the whole show is about trying to see is she really guilty based on the evidence. It's like, and she's still in jail, right? So they haven't followed up on it, but it's kind of like this piecing it together, like she had bad representation. So it's kind of a, innocent man, what's it called? Like project or whatever. And so
Yeah.
I listened to all of that, but then I started listening to Murder in Illinois about the guy that was convicted for shooting his wife and his 3 children in a car on the side of the road. And so they're like looking at all the evidence again, how this doesn't make sense. And so
And what's the name of that one?
Murder in Illinois.
Okay.
Vaughn is the guy's name that was convicted. Vaughn, Vaughan or something. But anyway, the only thing I don't like about it is, I hate unsolved mysteries. So these are both unsolved. So I'm like, hey, well,
I
there's
need you
gotta
to
be an
solve it. If I'm going to invest all this time, I need it to.
And it's very misleading because there's like 12 episodes and you're
No,
like,
you think,
okay, they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it. And
Yeah.
they're like, stay tuned as we get more information on this
Yeah.
case. It's,
And
this
they're
part's
coming up for appeal. Wait, they haven't already gone through the appeal? I thought
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you do that crap whenever the appeal's done and we've got it all
Yeah.
done.
then let's do it.
Anyway, if you
But
like
yeah.
true crime and like mystery, and it's good. It's a good, and I like the narrator. She's got a cool voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of them you just can't listen to, and I actually like her.
And that's a deal breaker. I don't know about you with my podcast. It's like if your voice is just
If
bad,
your
I
voice is
can't.
annoying,
Yeah, I am not listening to it on a road trip.
So if you need a podcast, there you go. Listen to that.
Okay.
Thank you, Eva.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm glad.
Eva's great for podcasts.
Yeah, I always text him. I go, I gotta drive. Tell me what to listen to. And
He knows every time I go on a road trip, I'm
Yeah.
texting him going, what am I going to
The
listen
podcast.
to?
Oh, maybe I should do a little daily podcast.
Oh, a little podcast
Or the
recommendation.
weekly podcast.
I like it.
Although it'll be like episode 1's out right now, and you're like, no, I don't
Yeah.
want to listen to it when it's
I
not
need
done.
to, when I'm traveling somewhere, I need something to bend. Like,
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
When y'all message me about that, I always try to find the ones that actually have like
season,
enough for a road trip and not
I
just
told him I listened to it when I drove down to Austin week before last to go to work on Monday.
Yeah.
I was listening to it and I looked up, I'm like, oh wait, I'm entering Austin. What? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good or scary or what, but I kind of like,
right.
wow,
Yeah,
I've been
no doubt.
driving for 2.5 hours.
Cruise
like, I'm
control's
already
great.
Right.
Well, did you take the side streets? I know y'all came first on the way back and you were giving us the detour or the accident report.
Yeah.
Did y'all take the detour
Yeah,
at
through
all?
the country. Yes.
Yeah, girl, that's what I was like. We're getting into a true crime podcast. We had to go through dirt road. Rick's like, where are you taking me? I'm like, I don't know.
And
But
thank God it was like a Saturday morning and not like
Not late at
If
night.
you're driving through the night, I would be
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm not
that would have been chainsaws running through the fields, and no, I'm good.
All right, Andy, what's next? Heroes this week?
Yes. Who's your hero this week? Anyone? Anyone?
I'll give a shout.
Huh?
I'll give one.
Go ahead.
And I think it's a shero, not a hero. But
I like
so
it.
yesterday at the ballpark, there was we had wigs there because we'll talk about that later. There was a little girl who saw Eva with all the wigs, and Eva was like the best big sister ever, and let the little girl wear this wig around all morning at the fields while she had it, and then Eva gave her one of her rainbow wigs for her to take home.
Aw.
But
Yay,
Yeah.
Eva.
Eva made a new
did.
best friend.
I did. Do you have that picture, Shallow?
Eva
I do,
invoiced
yeah.
her parents
So I can share
later, probably. But
Well,
Well,
tell him.
yeah. So she was because that was the whole point of our games together since we played the Titans is we wanted to do something fun. So we were like, Shannon was like, bring some wigs. We have some wigs. We'll go when we back. So I got there earlier because we played early, and I'm putting them all out. And she coming up. She's like, are those your wigs? I said, yeah. She goes, can I see them? I'm like, yeah. And then of course I have that braided one that I wore for Madonna, and I brought it. And she's like, oh. Oh, no, I like that braided one, which I had stuck in my backpack. I was like, oh, this one? She's like, can I try it on? And she would not let that thing go.
I
He
love
was
it.
She was
flipping.
flowing through and flipping. She's like, I want my hair like she's a little white girl, by the way.
It happens to everybody when they put on a wig,
But
right?
she put it on, and then she just gets up. She goes, I'll be right back. And she just takes off. And I go, oh, do you
Uh,
have eyes on her? Who has eyes on her? And then she comes back and she starts asking me questions. So if I wanted this wig, I would just have to pay you, right? I go, oh, honey, you're not buying that wig. That was $200. So I was trying to like, kids, their attention is like that. So I found a rainbow one in Shiloh's bag that he had a bunch. And I looked
I've
and I
got a
was
bunch
like,
of rainbow wigs in his
well, it's
bag.
from us. It was a
I
it's
was
a
waiting
collection
for
of
that. Wait,
ours.
I have a
Shiloh
bag
wig?
in my softball card that's
And it's
bad,
off
bad wigs. It's where wigs go to die.
Yeah, but yeah, so I found the rainbow one. I go, oh, she's gonna love this. And I go, look, oh, you've got a rainbow. She pulled that thing off her head. She goes, can I try it? And I go, sure. And I said, guess what? You can have this one. She goes, I can. I said, yeah. And then the rest is history. So
But wait,
she,
you had to
oh,
tell your dad.
yeah. And then she goes to her dad because her dad was playing on the field, and she didn't pay any attention to him. And she comes back and she has it in her hand, and she sits there with her head down. She goes, so here's your wig. I said, no, that's yours. I gave that to you. She goes, my dad said that it was your property and I couldn't keep it.
Oh,
I said, oh, I go, well, let's go talk to your dad. So we went and talked to him, and I go, I promise I would love to give it. She has been a very, very sweet girl this morning. She's been a great little friend for me. And he goes, that is so sweet. He goes, what do you say, Sophia? And she goes, thank you. And so
oh,
he got to
very
keep the wig.
good.
So
Very good.
yeah,
You see the
yeah.
picture, Kellyanne, in the
Oh,
chat?
that's what I was looking at. That's a sweet picture. That's a sweet picture.
But I was like,
Eva's new
I
little
was
best
I was
friend.
getting yeah, I was getting ready to give her anything that had glitter on it. I was like, girl, she would not let go of that. And then she saw a dog, and so she runs to a place with the dog with the wig on. I'm like, oh girl. That is not made for animal hair.
I love
So
it.
So
unrelated, the
Eva-
city of Carrollton released a report about like a warning for small children to avoid a Hispanic man with wigs, but it's unrelated.
They're pretty wigs. And that was lace front too, so it's more
Well, it
expensive.
just
Nice
shows
wig.
that you and Rick should adopt a little girl, right? Like
I
Ken
know.
on Modern
Or a
Family.
little boy who wants to be a girl.
Oh, same. Yeah. Whatever.
That's nice. That's
Yeah,
very nice.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm
I'm just
proud
glad I
of
was
you.
able to do it because I was
I
gonna
like
find one
that.
that she wanted.
I like
But
that. I have a
yeah.
hero this week too. Um, so there's this group of ladies that work out of the gym where I go. They're all retired, and there's a group of them, but they go to multiple group fitness classes a day because that's their social time, right? It's I don't know. There's 5 or 6 regulars that usually do, and most of them are Asian, and they're very sweet. And Saturday, I went to yoga, and when I went in, one of them was like, "Oh, here, we saved you a spot by us."
Oh.
I was so excited. I've broken into the retired Asian women clique at the gym. It's like, so the one that saved me a spot, I don't even know her name, is my hero.
Aw, that's
Dreams really do come true, right?
I
So
Was it
know.
Roger?
It's very sweet though. There's a group of ladies, there's a lot of retired people that's their social time. They go to the gym and
nice.
good for them. But they saved me a spot in yoga. So
oh, that's nice.
one of the gang. Anybody else?
No hero for me this week.
Cool. Okay.
Nope.
What's next, Andy?
All right, who was your asshole this week?
Oh, I got an asshole.
Tell us about your asshole, SAP.
I hope so.
Be as descriptive as you want.
So, and I don't want to butt into, no pun intended, but into Sportsball, but the draft was this weekend, and there were a couple of college kids, Shador Sanders, is that his name? Shador Sanders didn't get drafted like he thought. There were a couple of college kids that pranked him. They called him and they recorded it and acted like they were part of, I think, the New Orleans Saints or whatever. And I just think that's hateful and cruel.
Whose
And
son was it though? Wasn't it somebody's like a
It
coach?
was
their
the
dad
son
is
of a
one of them's
coach for the
coach is,
Falcons.
yeah,
Assistant
yeah.
coach.
And he got the number that way. But I just think I think that's hateful. I think I don't like that kind of stuff where you're, trying to be funny at the expense of someone else like that. You
I
want
hate that humor too.
And they recorded it. And it's on
and they
social-
recorded
like,
it to show what
dumbass,
assholes they were. So
dumbass. Why did you record it?
I just thought it was really hateful because
It's hateful.
whatever you think about him and wherever he should have gone in the draft, making fun and putting that out there and making him the butt of your joke without his permission is just not cool. I don't like that kind of stuff.
So whatever happened to what happened to him? Was there any repercussions or
He's apologized. The Atlanta Falcons.
They can't do anything
apologized.
to him. Yeah. I mean, just some kid.
I'm just saying he had on an old
So-
shirt.
wasn't he he's like not a kid though, right? Isn't he over 18?
He's in his 20s.
He's
okay.
in college. But yeah.
He's a little asshole.
Just that was just an number one asshole.
I love that you did throw in that he did have an Ole Miss sweatshirt.
Man.
Is that
my
what made him
gosh.
the asshole? Was the Old Miss sweatshirt or
Yes,
the other stuff?
also.
There's
I'll have to tell our friend not to listen to our podcast this week. That we made
do what now?
Shannon. We made a friend on Friday night.
They went to Ole
at
Miss?
yeah at the she was here for a wedding. She lives in Nashville, but she's like, I went to Ole Miss. I'm like, oh, I'll tell her not to listen to this podcast.
Right.
Oh, I'm just saying he had an Ole Miss sweatshirt. That's just a fact. I'm not saying anything else. That's just a fact.
All right. Any other assholes we need to talk about?
Hmm.
No,
Hmm.
I don't have any assholes.
I have we just got back today, so I guess this could be considered. It's actually not one asshole, it's a group of assholes.
Oh,
What do you call a group?
is that a flock of
like a
assholes?
pack
A gaggle?
or-
Flock of assholes.
Is it
A
a
murder
gaggle?
of assholes?
A cluster.
A
I hope
parliament
they-
of assholes?
Yeah, right. But we recently submitted with my old boss. We recently submitted a paper to a journal. I guess it was a month ago, and I am actually first author on that paper. I worked really hard, and we got a lot of stuff done. But he's the one that does all the writing and putting it together and everything. And I helped whenever I could. But we just got the review back, and they rejected it, which is normal. I mean, it's not anything shocking to me. But to the peer reviewers, some of those comments were just downright evil. Just evil.
You don't
They're
have to
like,
be hateful about it, right?
yeah, it's like the title suggests you have a connection between this and this. Nowhere in the paper does that ever come up. And after 2 or 3 readings, do we finally see that maybe there's a chance that you're aiming towards that? So change the title, change this. And I'm like, oh my God. And it's just basically stay on topic. And we're like, well, and in reading it over again, I'm like, yeah, I could see why they did that. But the data, they love the data, which is what I was in charge
It's
of.
all about the data.
So it was all about the data. But it's just basically making the story and everything, which is all my boss, which we all know that he's just not a good writer.
Okay.
That's why we tell him, let us do it. We're the ones that do the experiments.
He should plug it into ChatGPT and just let him rewrite it.
Right? Right? I mean, seriously, at this point. But yeah, so to the peer reviewers of our paper, my paper,
Don't be so mean.
you're the assholes of the week. And sometimes they put their names down there, so I need to maybe check to see what their names were. But yeah, I can't remember the journal. Journal for Respiratory Critical Care, I think is what it was.
Oh yeah, I get that one.
Yeah.
You have
I could get you a
regular
subscription.
subscription to
I'm
that?
good. I already got it. You're good.
Just get it with your Playboys
hmm
That he gets for the articles, right?
hmm
for the article. The
I like
jokes.
to learn.
All right, Shiloh, what's up with Sportsball?
All right, sports ball. So we're gonna start off with the usual. Fuck Nico. No Mavs related news other than the Lakers are playing, and I don't care about them. They're probably gonna lose pretty soon in the playoffs, but yeah, just fuck Nico. There's still rumblings that he's gonna maybe get fired as the owners are trying to save face, but I don't know. It's the
Can he
offseason,
get
so I
fired?
don't care. Hmm?
Can he get fired as the
Yeah.
owner?
He's not the
Really?
owner. He's the general manager. The owners are talking about
Oh,
firing him. Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. The owners could that Patrick Dumont guy. The owners could get rid of him. He's just like the face of the ownership group, so they could get rid of him too. But there's no really way to get rid of owners unless you force them out. Like so Donald Sterling, the Clippers owner, who apparently was like a really bad racist, and like he was a billionaire, and like he came out and like somebody released a bunch of emails and stuff where he was not very nice to some of the players in a very racial way. So he was forced out, but it's pretty rare for the ownership team to get kicked out. But yeah. But sports we do care about. Like I said, I'm obsessed with the Titans. We had Titans on Titans on Titans. Both of our teams played today. It was a little bit of a shocker. We're not going to say baby Titans because we only have two people on the team that are in their 30s. Well, I guess three. The non-Legends Titan team was actually winning after an inning. But we made it fun. We had wigs. It was exciting. Everybody had to bat with a wig on. We have a bunch of pictures of it somewhere, which is why Eva had the wigs. Shannon was trying to show his superiority over his family. He got his brother out, and Brandon, I'm gonna say run in quotes, tried to run him down. It's the fastest I've ever seen him move when he wasn't chasing a pizza, but it wasn't very fast. And then Shannon got Timmy out.
Oh,
Oh, that
and
was
as
the
he's running
best
over to the
part.
base, and he was like, "You're sleeping on the couch, bitch," is what Shannon said to Timmy.
Oh,
No, it was so funny because he played it off like he didn't know
Oh,
Timmy
I
was
didn't
on
see you
second
there.
base.
oh, I didn't
Oh,
know
that
that
was
you running for
you?
first a second. Sorry.
But Shannon told me when you pay the bills, you can do that, is what he told me. So I don't know how true that is. But it was fun. We actually did talk about turning this into a charity game in the future. I don't know how we could get donations out of it, but it was pretty fun. And we used to a long time ago. We would do when we had one team, we would do Wig Day, and we'd play a game in wigs early in the season. It was pretty hot to be wearing wigs, but it was pretty fun and exciting. The non-Legends Titans did ruin our streak of being run ruled. That didn't happen in that game against the Legends, but it
We
was
have a
pretty fun.
reputation.
We do. We have 1 week left of the regular season, and the Titans D has not won a game.
Oh, yay.
But we're playing.
Are you getting into bed?
He's been in bed the whole time. He's just
I've been in
under
bed
the
the whole
covers.
time.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't believe the
I'm
background.
trying
He's
to
in
get
bed, not on the
comfortable.
couch.
My leg
Pretty
is
soon he's
starting to
gonna
go
nod
numb.
off. So yeah, so it's been I think we've had fun, even though we haven't done so
I've
great.
had fun. I think I've had the most fun this season. Even if we don't win.
There's no pressure. We don't care. We're just having fun.
Well, we're transitioning too, so we're
Some of you
transitioning too.
are.
who's in transition?
Well,
Brandon's going
all
a
of us.
direction. We just don't know where he's going or what he's coming from. But yeah, so fun season. We're almost done with the gay softball.
And we won our second game.
Yeah. Oh, and the
Oh, yeah.
Legends team won both games. They destroyed another really bad team who's only won, I think, one game, two games. But yeah, so yeah.
Okay, so I guess not much to be proud of.
I mean, we could brag about it. You guys were down until you scored a bunch of runs in the last inning, but we can brag about it.
Yeah.
We didn't have our full roster. But yeah, so it's fun. We're winding down. End of season tournament soon, not for the Legends, and then we get to go to the World Series in Houston. Really excited about that.
Tyler's ready to have his Sundays back.
Oh my God. This has not been that bad. There was one year where I coached both of the Titans teams and I played on another team. So I was there.
Oh God, that was
from 8 until
horrible.
3 o'clock. It was bad. It was rough. It was long.
That's a lot.
Sundays, yeah. It was a lot. But yeah. So yeah, softball. We've had a pretty good time this season.
Yeah. So we weren't supposed to play next week, but we're playing next week.
We weren't supposed to play, so they did the schedule weird. No one on the board listens to the podcast, so it's fine. They did the schedule weird. So to kind of typically like if we have a rain out, that week just goes. Those games are at the end of the season. They just get bumped to the end of the season, bumped to the end of the season. They changed it where it's kind of a sliding scale. So the second week you play games, you're playing the same games, whatever that second week is, whether it was whatever. So it's like it moves the schedule out, which is kind of a pain. And then so they had a week built in with no games to allow for buys and everything. So we were supposed to play May 11th, and now we're playing May 4th with no games on May 11th. And then there's no games on May 11th, and we have it's just a weird scheduling thing. But yeah. Okay. All right. Next on my sports ball list, Stars are in the playoffs. Puck drops in like half an hour. We have not been good. I think I saw somewhere that even though we've won 2 of the 4 games we played against the Avalanche, at least through the first 3 games, we'd only been up we'd only had a lead like a minute of all the games, like a minute on ice time. So it's rough. It's interesting. We've been blown out, and the games that we've won have been in overtime or at the very end of the game. So play tonight. Hopefully turn it around. Yeah. Have my fake Stars hat on, my Titans green.
What
and
time
we're good to go.
It's tonight.
It's supposed to be at 8:30, but we always get screwed. Pretty much every professional sport in Dallas, except for the NFL, gets hosed because we're considered the west half of the country sports-wise. So we get the later games. So like the teams in New York, they can play regular time there. So it's supposed to start at 8:30, but they won't start the broadcast until the game before it is finished.
It's over.
So the last few times the game before has gone into overtime. So it may not start until 9, but it's scheduled for 8:30.
Well, we got 25 minutes for sure.
We got time.
Yeah,
we got time. Yeah, so we'll see. It's tied 2-2, 7-game series. It's a lot of hockey games. So yeah. Up next we have our Rangers. They are currently on right now. We are in a little bit of a rough patch. We're still first in the division, but last night we lost to the Giants. I think our last 2 games were walk-off losses. So we lost to the Giants in what's considered a little league home run. If you haven't seen the video, check it out. It's an infield base hit. The pitcher picks up the ball, bad throw to first base. The runner on the error advances to second base. The first baseman gets the ball, tries to throw out the runner going to third base. That's a bad throw. So then the runner scores.
Oh my
So
God.
on an infield single, because of 2 errors, he scores on that one hit. So it was kind of like watching the Titans DJ play. Because I have seen us do that. Where basically you're just like, hold the ball, don't make they try.
Don't even try, right?
Unless you're a Titans
bad.
legend and you throw the runner out like I did on our game yesterday. So see, it doesn't always turn out.
I mean, I will defend Timmy. Timmy is not fast.
No,
you may have been able to walk the. Oh, okay.
End of
Sorry, I
the
thought you were talking about
game.
Timmy. I was like, you could have walked it over.
We threw out the runner at first. Yes.
Yes, you did do that. So yeah, so if you haven't seen the video, it's kind of interesting. It's a little sad too, to see what looks like a little league game, but it's really some professional athletes falling apart. And I'll say this all season, it's a long season. There's like 140 games left, so yeah, plenty of time. The little mix of gay softball and baseball. So the gay softball league here, PSSA is having a league night at the game on Friday. So I'm going to go to that, and I will be in all-you-can-eat seats, eating a hot dog with a bunch of homosexuals. So I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah.
Are you going to get what is it, the foot-long one? And
the boomstick? No. And so there's a special section, and you have it's kind of lower down. It's in the outfield, and you only have access for the free stuff to your area, and it's just basically like nacho. There's a nacho bar, hot dogs, hamburgers, stuff like that. So yeah, no, I mean you could make it just go up there, get a bunch, and just make your own boomstick. I guess you could.
Oh, okay, all right.
So yeah, that'll be fun.
Speaking of hot dogs, today is 99-cent corn dog day at Sonic for anybody who still wants to go grab a corn dog tonight.
Sonic's probably open till 10.
Yeah. That's what I had for lunch.
I'll probably open late.
Corn dog.
Get it, SAP. Thrifty over there.
99 cents.
I like their corn dogs.
Yeah,
that That play was so wild.
Did you watch it? Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm
ridiculous.
watching it right
Like
now.
I had already turned the game off. I was already done watching it, and I saw it, like checked it this morning, and I was like, I'm sorry, they called it a little, and so I watched it. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
I have a clip. I'll post it in
It's
the
one bad play turns into another bad play, turns into another bad play.
chat.
Yeah, so that's it for the Rangers. As SAP mentioned, the draft happened last week. Kind of the big story. Shooter Sanders, who was projected to go top 10, was not drafted until the fifth round. The team that was projected to get him, the Browns, got him in the fifth round. It's an interesting. The people that are projecting that he's going to be there's a guy named Mel Kiper. I don't actually know what he does outside of predicting. He doesn't cover the NFL. So I don't really know what he does outside of covering the draft, but
I've only heard of him during the
he puts
draft.
together like all these projected draft boards, all this stuff. He was like mind blown, but it also the draft is interesting because I mean, there's 7 rounds, there's 32 at least players selected per round. So they're going in there saying, okay, you got this draft. They're rating the draft, they're grading the drafts that each of the teams have, but it doesn't mean anything. Like it doesn't. These guys have never stepped on the field. Right. It's just an interesting, but as SCP mentioned, that I'm gonna say kid, that 20-year-old did the prank call and let him know. I mean, it's it's less and less now. Like a lot of people used to go, like a lot of the first round picks would be there at the draft back when I was in Radio City Hall, is what it's called in New York. When they had it there year over year, and they would go in, it was a big deal. Like you get the reaction, they're sitting at a table with their family. Now most of them are at home with people around, and the big knock on Shador and why he didn't really get drafted is he has a diva complex. Like Dion's his dad.
No,
He retired.
like
they
father,
retired
like
his number.
son,
Yeah, oh yeah,
right?
they
I
retired his
mean,
number. But Dion was another worldly athlete. Different position. Shador's a quarterback. Dion was a defensive back, but another worldly athlete. But the knock on him for most of the teams is that we don't want to deal with him, and he's not going to be that great.
and he didn't even bother going to any of the combine stuff. So, right?
No.
Like, so he
Yeah.
didn't show up to showcase his abilities. And I think that kind of
Yeah, and he didn't
speaks
like
to
he
his
wasn't.
attitude, I
He was
guess.
conceited, cocky, and all the interviews he had with all the teams, and so it's just an interesting. I mean, it sucks that they did that to him. And honestly, you don't want to get drafted by the Browns because that's where quarterbacks go to die.
Yeah.
It's not but it's just an devastating to him. And like it happens. Like people get drafted just because you're drafted in the first round doesn't matter. Tom Brady was in the fifth round. If you're a Romo fan, he was undrafted, so it doesn't really matter. But it does when you get paid because now where your draft pick, where you're drafted, that's how much you get paid for your rookie contract.
But I think because he had the whole setup, did you see his place that he had set up for his draft? He had like a little room set up with all the caps of potential.
Yes, and he had like the wall in the background, like it's what is it, that word board or whatever, where like you put in all these words, and it was like all these
almost
things
like
about him,
photo booth type thing.
Yeah, and
it was very.
They weren't even there the first round. They weren't even there. Like they kept showing the camera feedback to them, and there was nobody sitting in there.
Yeah. So, but like I said, he didn't bother go into the combine or anything like that. So I read something where people were like, he didn't show up for that, and the NFL kind of followed suit. They didn't show up for him. So
yeah, I'm sure there'll be talks of the owners are colluding together. Same thing with like oh my God, Colin Kaepernick, like he sued the NFL saying, hey, all these owners are going against me and they're all deciding not to sign me. So it'll be interesting to see how he.
Are you the one that told me that he'll make less in the NFL than he would have made another year at Colorado because of the NIL stuff?
Yes, absolutely, he will now because he was drafted in the fifth round. He would have been better off after not being taken in the first 3 rounds to not get drafted at all.
Yeah,
because then he could pick the team he wants and negotiate the deal.
Yeah,
right.
They'd retired.
I mean, yeah, because once you've declared, you can't really go back once the draft starts. You can't go back and say, no, you're just kidding. I want to go back and play in the play in college. Yeah. So again, the draft is weird. It's fun to me because it's the kickoff to the season. You can have high hopes, whatever. I mean, the Cowboys drafted a guard. I mean, it's not a sexy pick. They needed a guard, but it's like, oh, we're excited. Oh, cool. We got this big offensive lineman. Yay. He's going to block for us. But
I
Nothing
think
fancy.
Eva may be asleep with his eyes open. I'm not sure.
I'm here.
No, they're painted on. They're painted
I'm
on.
listening.
She was fine until we started talking about the draft, and she's like, "I'm good."
No, I was gonna say we were watching it on Thursday, and the crowd was just massive.
It's
The people that were
crazy.
there. It was
The amount,
it looked like
the
it
yeah,
looked like
like a
Coachella.
game. Yeah, the people that get there. I mean, they have stuff going. Like if you're not in the little area, there's like concerts. There's all kinds of stuff. It's a big deal now. It used to
It was
just be again.
here. Was it here just a couple of years ago?
Yeah, it
Wasn't
was at the Star. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're kind of pimping it out, so they're making it different locations. Like it was in Green Bay, this last one. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was
that's a
crazy.
draft, and then the Kentucky Derby is coming up this weekend. It's always fun. It's the fastest. What is it? 30 seconds, 90 seconds on television.
What are the horses?
Our
Horses.
betting favorite is Citizen Bull. And then I'm going to butcher this next one. That's a Neoquos. And then Final Gambit. Those are the top 3 picks. And there are 20
Now,
horses in the list.
is this
Nothing's
the
really. Go ahead.
is this the beginning of the Triple Crown?
Yes, this is the first race in the Triple
The
Crown.
first.
Yeah. So my favorite name is the Tiz-tastics, not Tit-tastics, but Tiz-tastics. There's a Z in there. That's kind of fun. And if I'm picking on horses, I'm picking off of the name. Also a good one, the Flying Mohawk.
I like that.
Journalism, that's pretty random. They're 3-1 odds in there. And then Sandman, Chunk of Gold.
Seabiscuit?
No Seabiscuit. And so Chunk of Gold is in there. And then, oh, and Almighty. Oh, they don't have these in the, oh, I'm looking at the postings, not the odds. That's the number one favorite. The odds on favorite is Journalism.
There's one named Rodriguez. That's the
Yeah.
horse's name. I
Just
like it.
Rodriguez. Yeah, I mean this is a rich man's sport. That horses. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Who do they
I've
predict to
always
win?
wanted to go.
East Avenue. That's
yeah.
that's something I want to
Journalism is
do.
the number one favorite.
Is go
Is go to the
sometimes.
Derby.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Dress up. Yeah, it would be a fun event. I don't even. I would want to just be in the middle section. I don't even give a shit about watching the horses, just to be there, bet on it.
Oh, yeah, I think it'd be a lot of fun. That's something I've always wanted to do. But yeah,
Yeah, that's my sports ball segment.
Thanks, Coach Daddy.
All right.
Coach Daddy out. I mean, I'll still be on, but I'm done talking.
and even when you get into your entertainment, one of
Mhm.
our faithful listeners has some questions for you that I jotted down. So
Okay. Okay.
Oh, did
Um,
anybody have a question before Eva starts? Was there a question for me or
I didn't have any questions for you. I'm sorry.
Fuck? All right.
I'll make
Go ahead.
sure I
Boxers
have
or briefs?
some
That's what the
stuff.
question was. Boxers or briefs, Shiloh?
Neither.
Uh,
Commando.
Okay.
All right. Excuse me. I guess crawling into the bed is making me yawn, but I'm really not tired. So we'll talk a little pop culture stuff today. Some movies that were released today. I know one of these is one of our favorites. Not just mine, but I think Candy likes this movie. Bridesmaids in 2011 was released this week,
That's a funny
which
movie.
is hilarious. Love.
That's a great
Kristen
movie.
Wiig.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another movie, I think Shannon and Andy have seen this movie, I think. In 2023, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
I think I read the book way back
The
when.
movie? I don't know that I saw the movie.
That's
You didn't see the movie? Why?
is that
I
Judy
remember
Blume?
y'all
That's
talking
Judy Blume,
about it.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you talking
I
about
thought
it one
Shannon
time.
saw a movie called Oh God, Call Me Margaret.
Or was it one of the books that were banned? Is that one of the
Girl
books?
getting her period, right, Sally Ann?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's a coming of age of, a young
Oh.
girl.
Well, the movie with what's her name?
I don't know.
Regina George.
Oh, okay.
She's in it?
Is that
She's the mom.
Rachel McAdams? It's Regina
Rachel
George?
McAdams. There you go.
Okay.
I had Rachel in my head, but
Oh.
she plays the mom. She
Okay.
plays Margaret's mom. But yeah, so it's really kind of just a slow. This is kind of like the end of the holiday season, spring season, and then summer season starts to hit off with movies. So there wasn't a lot released back in. Uh, so some birthdays we have. Anne Margaret was born today, 1941.
Oh,
Harper Lee, To Kill a Mockingbird, 1926. She's passed. She passed what, 2 years ago? 2 or 3 years ago?
yeah.
Um, and Jay Leno, you're a fan of The Tonight Show.
Is he still
Peanut
alive?
Jay Leno, yeah.
Yeah. And I
There
read
was
that he,
actually he's a caretaker for his
yeah,
wife.
his wife has Alzheimer's and he's a
Yeah,
caretaker now. So,
yeah. I saw that article too. Um, Penelope Cruz, 1974, or Penelope if you prefer Penelope. Um, and if you really care for the movies that came out in the early aughts of the Fantastic Four, Jessica Alba's birthday's today. She turns 44. 44. Um, I'm not a fan of Jessica Alba, but yeah, so and also today on Broadway, there was only one musical that I saw opened today in 1997. Any guess, Candy?
what was it? Broadway opened in 1997.
1997 Broadway musical.
Mm,
Opened in 97 and closed in 2001.
no idea.
Okay. Well, it was Jekyll and Hyde,
Okay.
which I didn't see anything about it. So do you
Subpar.
subpar? So nominations but no wins?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Participation. The nomination is your reward.
Basically.
Um, and Blondie had the number one hit with Heart of Glass in 1979, which everyone knows that song. Everyone loves Blondie. Um, and Barbara Streisand had her first TV special in 1965. I wasn't born, but you know, any fans of Barbara?
Um,
No,
Eh,
no. Okay. Um, One thing that, speaking of music, I wanted to the mention that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame introduced their or announced their class of 2025 today or yesterday, actually.
yeah.
Um, and the let me see, the nominees were announced back in February, and people had time to um, vote. They did a fan vote, and then of course the body and artists vote to elect the next class or to induct the next class. So let me see. I thought I had them here. Go. Well, now they did. Anyways, um, the nominees were Bad Company, Chubby Checker, Joe Cocker, Cyndi Lauper, Outkast, Soundgarden, The White Stripes, Mariah Carey, Salt and Pepper got a musical influence award. And of those that, oh, and Joy Division New Order were
Ooh.
also on the list. And of all of those, and Billy Idol, Joy Division, New Order, and Mariah Carey did not make the class. It was the
everybody
rest
else
of them.
did.
Everybody else did.
Wow.
So, so yeah, the Billy Idol one was a little bit of a shocker because he had been nominated. He'd been nominated many times, and he still can't get in.
No
So
love for Billy Idol. Hmm.
yeah, there's just no love. And as
Hmm.
popular as she is, and she's my diva of the '90s, I grew up with her. I thought I was her once when I was a kid.
I think you thought you were her on Sunday in that wig, is what I think
Oh
you.
yeah. Mariah Carey just does not have, and she's got all these. She's got the most number one hits by any female artist. She's
Yeah,
written
but a lot of
all of
those,
them.
but a lot of those are older bands than her. I mean, like Some of
Yeah,
them.
But it's
I mean,
also the
Chubby
Rock and
Checker.
Roll Hall of Fame.
okay, so explain Whitney Houston.
She
She's in the
did.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
She
Oh, he
did.
was ready for
Oh,
that
she
question.
did enough drugs to be a rock star.
She's dead.
And Outkast is not rock and roll.
Correct.
So that's where there's
So it's just the
there's always been
Music
a
Hall of Fame. Is that what we're
yeah.
saying? It's just the
Well, there's also even that conversation that people have is like, look, Dolly Parton basically didn't want that nomination, and then she got in, and she kind of was like, I do country music,
I
but
agree.
you also have to think about what influences. Like Dolly Parton has influenced a lot of rock musicians,
And
Absolutely.
written a lot of songs that are famous on the show.
exactly. So it's not just the performance aspect. You also think about behind the scenes and influences, I think. And has anybody ever been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland?
You
I have
have.
not.
I have. I was there on a work trip and we just decided to skip the last day
There you go.
and we went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's actually pretty cool. They have a lot of
I've heard it is. Yeah.
yeah, they have a lot of memorabilia, a lot of big little that they have a lot of big areas of like the artists, like Elvis has a big little spread. Um, and I saw Madonna's comb bra. I think they had loaned. They have a lot of cool stuff, and Michael Jackson's Grammys. They had some stuff there. And it takes a while. It took us about a couple hours to go through. If you really kind of just sift through everything, and there's one area where it shows you the evolution of the radio and CDs and audio and all that stuff, and it's pretty cool. Um, but yeah, so that will be aired. I think it's on HBO and a special um, in May, I believe, or this summer sometime. I'll look it up and announce it next time. But
Eva, do
but
you
yeah,
think
so
if Mariah Carey disavowed her Christmas song that they would let her in?
well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I think it goes back to her ex-husband Tommy Mottola. I think he used his power to basically blacklist her. She hasn't won a Grammy since 2005.
I love Tommy Mottola.
Anyways, I don't want to have to leave this chat early. Um, but congratulations to the class. Soundgarden was actually good because that's a posthumous award for Chris Cornell since he's passed away, which is awesome for him because he's really good. But Chubby Checker, that's an innovator there back in the 50s. And TV. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not watching anything right now because all my shows are over that I like to highlight. So I know that Charlie, you're watching Andor,
Yes.
right, Shannon? Um,
Good.
how's that going?
Good.
Like,
It's good.
what's
Yeah,
the
they dropped 3 episodes, and Shin and I talked about this on Sunday. So we both forgot what happened last season, which was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I don't know. The
uh,
recap, like they didn't even have a recap before the show started. The recap was like 15 minutes long,
Mhm.
which was well worth it. But
where does it fit in the timeline?
it's right
Rick
before
watched
Rogue
it.
One, like Rogue One. Like if you've seen the Rogue One movie.
Mhm.
So this is basically Andor's backstory on how he became a rebel. Like he was the little pilot for Rogue One. He busted the chick out of prison in Rogue One.
Oh.
So it's like his story about how he became a rebel.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. And then that's before Rogue One,
Mhm.
you said?
Yeah.
And then Rogue One was before, it's
Star
in
Wars.
between.
Rogue One was before what ended
4.
up being episode 4.
Mhm.
Which was the first one that got released.
Remember
Which was the first
whole
one, yeah.
thing with the whole thing with Princess Leia? She's got the plans for the Death Destroyer, Star
Yeah.
Destroyer.
Yeah.
They get that in Rogue One, right? They train.
And
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Rogue
yeah, yeah,
One
yeah.
is the best Star Wars movie.
It's
The
great.
best Star Wars product out there is Rogue One,
Good.
hands down.
Really?
It's the best movie.
Hands down. Just that scene where Darth Vader's like, he's coming down the hall, and then that is the best. That is the best Star Wars product they put out ever.
I'm gonna have to
is
rewatch
Rogue
that
One.
because I don't remember. We saw it at the theater. I just don't remember it.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's got a cute girl in it too, right, Shiloh?
Oh yeah, I'd have died for her. Sorry, spoiler.
Um,
Spoiler.
spoiler, spoiler. Anybody else watching anything interesting? Like
I'm
other
not
than sports,
gonna
the
Righteous
race is on.
Gemstones, but
We did start
Yeah,
the
right.
Gemstone Sally Ann, so we watched the first 3 episodes.
it's
So it is,
ridiculous.
yes.
Here are my questions for you,
Okay.
Elon.
Okay.
I can't read my writing. Somebody in PK, some kind of
Oh,
invasion. Was that staged? I think
oh.
she asked, or
So yeah, that Dorit storyline. This is Real
Dorit.
Housewives of Beverly Hills. Dorit and PK, their house was um broken into. I guess that was a couple of years ago now. Um, and that was her big storyline at the beginning, and it started off with all of that drama. PK wasn't at home; he was in London at the time, and Dorit was in their Beverly Hills home, and she got held up at gunpoint. They stole all her designer bags. They stole everything except for her phone. And she asked them if she could please keep her phone, which would be the first thing you would think you would take. That way, there's no evidence of like
Mhm.
pictures or, that way she can't contact anybody. The minute you walk out, she's calling you and boom, you're done. Um, and that storyline, she talks about it. She went through this whole process of going through therapy about it. And then, she had PTSD. And then last season, because she still was activated from it, it showed PK being unsympathetic towards her because he's like, that was a year ago. You got to get over it. You're in therapy, get over it. And it caused a lot of friction. But then, and they think that that's what kind of led to their divorce. But then there was allegations by Garcelle that claimed that it's kind of odd that she also kept her jewelry. They let her have her jewelry on her hands.
Ah,
And that was another big thing was she kept her wedding ring, but they took all her designer bags and all this stuff. And they're like, well, it kind of makes it look like maybe that was staged for a storyline. She didn't say it so much as she implied it, but she pretty much just said it. And
yeah,
then that just caused a lot of issues. And, you know, they they just actually Dorit just actually officially filed for divorce last week. And it's funny because in California, you have to be married for at least 10 years in order to be uh get full spousal support. And the date of their wedding was March 7th, 2015, which is my birthday, but also was 10 years. She waited 10 years and a couple months to file for divorce. So she knew what she was doing, or a month and a half.
that's
So she knew
why I
what she was
remember when
doing.
Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman got divorced, they all said it was just under 10 years that
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
did that on purpose.
And he did that on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, the other question she had was, it's another Real Housewife. Look, I was just jotting stuff down. I don't
When
even
you
know
say
what her name
question
No,
is.
from
it's like,
your friend, is this you?
It's my friend Stephanie, our
yeah.
loyal listener. Is there somebody, Jude, somebody?
Teresa. Yeah. Teresa
What
Giudice.
about, she wanted to know something about her, what your thoughts are. I don't know. Is
Um,
there
you
some
know,
drama with her?
I don't know of any recent drama other than
Okay,
her ongoing battle with her sister-in-law, Melissa.
okay, okay,
I watched New Jersey last year. I started watching it. That was the only one I never watched.
okay.
And I started watching it. I got to season 7, and she's just so toxic. That's the season after she comes back from jail, and she's released, and she goes to jail for tax evasion and
Okay. I can't
all
remember what
this
she asked.
fraud.
I just wrote down the name. So
Okay, no, that's
sorry,
That's
fine.
actually the
Stephanie.
only Real Housewives I've ever seen is the one of New Jersey season one.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Also speaking of the Real Housewives, but topic we're on, we have a new show that premiered on um Peacock called the Bravo's Love Hotel,
Oh,
and it showcases 5, I believe. Let me see. Four former former and current um, Real Housewives. One being Giselle Bryant from Potomac, um, also Ashley Darby from Potomac, Shannon Bedore from OC, and Luann from New York. And it's basically it's a dating game, basically the dating show where they go on these dates. It's kind of like The Bachelor type of thing, but or The Bachelorette. It's actually read the comments on it, and it's basically like a guilty pleasure, if you will, if you
Okay.
like. And they released the first episode um Sunday, and they stream Mondays on Peacock. So I'm gonna watch that. And that's the one I've got on my list. I just getting around time. I didn't have time today to catch up on it. But it's also hosted by Joel Kim Booster, which is he's the comedian and whatnot. He doesn't have a big role in it, but there was some drama because he was hosting and he posted this scathing comment about Shannon Bedore, which is the woman from OC, and how she was unprofessional, she was a tyrant, and she was difficult, and she was berating the crew. And he put it on his Instagram story and tagged Bravo and her and talked about how they could hire somebody. How could they employ somebody that was just so vile and despicable and disgusting? And they seem to think that he was either having a psychotic break from the trauma or that he was drunk. My bets are on he was drunk. But but then they noticed that the comments of the first episode, people have noticed that he's the host, but his role is very limited. And they're wondering if this is maybe an edit out for what he did as punishment for going against Bravo
Yeah.
and one of their own. Um, because when it was announced he was going to be the host, it seemed it was going to be a bigger role, that he was going to be kind of like the Jesse Palmer, or I don't know who's the other host for The Bachelor. I don't know what that guy's name is, but they thought it was going to be more along the lines of that, but it ended up being more of a reduced role. He pops in and then he pops out, and then you don't see him until like 20 minutes later or something like that. So I'll
Yeah.
let you know. I'll watch it and then give an update on that. Um,
Okay. Those were my questions.
but yeah, that's all I have.
Why are you
Did you-
sitting in the Simpsons living room? What's up with the Simpsons living room?
Oh, that's another. Oh, yeah. By the way, that was one thing today in TV history. The Simpsons aired their 100th episode,
Oh, okay.
which
I'm
is
like,
a big.
gotta be
Yeah,
some reason you're
yeah.
saying-
That's why I forgot about. Thank you for
It's
reminding
impressive that show is still on.
me.
That
Yeah,
show's been on since I was in college.
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you say their 100th episode?
Not
In
today.
1990, no, not
Yeah.
today, not today, not today.
Oh, I was like, how is it only 100?
No. This day in history.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in 1994,
Yeah,
so 31 years ago.
that's crazy.
And speaking of couches, I don't know if you guys watched the Connors.
Oh yeah,
It was the
that's ending,
Roseanne
right?
reboot. Yeah, the Roseanne
Last-
reboot, and then she,
Last episode.
speaking of
Yeah.
posting on Twitter on stuff,
lost her job.
she lost her job, and then like they rebooted as the Connors, and they basically had her as overdosed on opioids. That's where she went away.
Oh, is that
Um,
what happened to
That's
her?
how because they rebooted as the Connors, and then they
Yeah.
made Darlene as the sister. Yeah, but
Okay.
well, that ended. The last episode was last week.
Yeah, and they actually paid homage to Roseanne, despite what all that happened.
Yeah.
Because when they rebooted it, and when they rebooted as Roseanne, a continuation, she had been dealing with an opioid addiction. Then the
Wow.
season that only lasted one season, and then she went on that tyrant rant about that
Yeah.
Twitter rant, and then she got fired, and so they rebooted as the Connors, and they killed her from the opioid addiction. But the
Okay.
last episode, her case was finally being seen in court, and they were going to get their payout, and they gave them the letter. They went to her grave, they opened up the envelope, and they said, "You're only getting $700," and it was supposed to be like a 6-figure.
A big payout.
Yeah. And the joke was, he said, "Well, we didn't have nothing, and we still don't have nothing." We started married with nothing, and we
Yeah.
still don't have nothing.
And he was like, "Now I know how much your life is worth."
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
So it's like, but at least they kind of referenced her, and
Yeah.
even though she's
Yeah, and then they did like a little like at the very end, like they showed picture, like showed some old video clips of the old
Okay.
show. It's kind of like flashback to her. Yeah, it was good.
I just don't like how they removed DJ from the whole show. Like they didn't. That was one of the things that somebody said that they didn't.
That
He
was the
was just
son.
there in bits and pieces, and like I mean, I'm sure there was some personal. I don't know why, but like he basically his daughter was in it for a little bit, and then she wasn't,
Yeah.
and he was in the military on the show. And
Yeah. But yeah, I like that.
All right. Anything else this week, kids?
Nope. That's it.
Nothing else, Candy?
Nothing else.
we're not going to talk about who we're going to kill and how. Or
No, we decided that.
We're
didn't
still
we?
retooling that.
We're retooling.
We're
but-
still
I've
working
got some
on that.
ideas, so I'll just jot those down.
And let's not pray for rain. We want to play softball this Sunday, so let's not pray for rain. How's that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sunny
That works.
days.
Have a good week.
All
Bye,
right.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.